Alright, hey, what's going on, YouTube? I got a video that I'm going to be showing you guys here real quick. But as I've been saying, I've been trying to tell people they need to pay attention to what's going on with their children because they're trying to take control of the children. And everybody wants to try to shut me down, tell me to shut up about it, and they don't want to talk about it. They want to hide from it because they're afraid to be shut down and silenced. There's no more time to worry about what the fuck Antifa thinks or what these communist little bastards think that are trying to take over this fucking country. But I'm going to tell you right now, this 14-year-old boy gives me hope that I haven't seen and felt in America in a long fucking time. We need to listen to what he says. And then I'm going to pause it for a second before I play what his mother has to say. But here we go. Let's get this going.
Hello everyone, I'm Bobby. I'm a sophomore here at Intercom. I go to school here. I'm under all of your instruction. I was called last year when I started freshman year under the lockdown politically illiterate, and all of my beliefs politically illiterate undergrad. A teacher I didn't even have, I didn't even know the guy. I was called politically illiterate for comparing his system and this entire system of the lockdown and all of that to socialism. Politically illiterate. Now, I have to say, I had a teacher before all this, 8th grade, right before the lockdown happened, Mr. Fernandez. He escaped communist Cuba, moved to Russia, then that went communist, and we went to the Soviet state. Socialism takes your health care first. They own your body. Second, they take your education. They own your mind. This needs change. Yes. Palestine sign, next to a Planned Parenthood sign, flags of the LGBTQ, and women's rights. Do you not see the irony, the contradiction that's being taught? They were telling us we must identify with history personally. I need to personally identify with Hitler to know what he did wrong? Yes. No!
That gives me hope for the future of the United States. Because I'll tell you what, for a long time I've seen no hope in America. Especially when I want to get silenced by everybody I try to tell this to. They've been doing this for years. They've been indoctrinating our children for years with this communist ideology. You need to pay attention to what's going on in the schools. Where the fuck do you think these children are learning the hate? If they're not being taught at home by their parents, then obviously it's at school. They spend more time at school than they do with their parents most weeks anyways. Parents need to step the fuck up, pay the attention to what's going on with their children, and I'm proud of this mom for the way she raised her son. Let's hear what she has to say.
With a history teacher. In this class, which he just spoke of, he went to voice his discomfort. Because it's just something that, yes, there are times, whether you agree with it, whether you don't agree with it, but for these children to have to see these images for an hour and try to absorb them without any explanation of what they are or what it means to them, to anything. And they don't. They're just inundated with images without explanation. Go along to get along. Well, he won't do that, and I won't do that. I do have a question in regards to curriculum. Last year was very difficult. I know the previous year, I was so excited. The school district bought new
curriculum books. We got to go and pick and browse and see which ones and voted on them. So last year, he got all his workbooks, his books, brought them home. Not one teacher used those books. They have their own curriculum. Where is that from? Is it approved by you? Do you know what each of those classes are teaching? You don't.
No.
Because in his history class this year that he had for a week, they took identity tests. They took personality quizzes. A 14-year-old taking a personality quiz in a history class. For what? Exactly how does that relate to history is the question. And that was his question. My husband, who's a psychology, data analytics person, said you will not do this homework. We sent an email to the teacher saying, this is inappropriate. Give him a history assignment. She did, somewhat. Then the next day, same thing. But this time, he emailed his counselor saying, I think I need to be moved from the class. Then he was called up by the teacher, and she said, I think you need to be moved out of this class. So, I don't think that's fair for him. He didn't do anything wrong. She did. And she was uncomfortable, I think, with that fact, and the fact that we were pushing back. Time? Yes, time. Wait a minute. So I have just why, even today, they have yet to crack the books. Why did we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on curriculum when they're not using it? That's my question I want to know. And if you know what the curriculum is. Because it's all worksheets and not books. Including math.
I think that was well said. Very well said. And I think it's time that the people that are quiet and are afraid to speak out, y'all need to speak out. There's no more silence needed, because I can tell you this much, we are the majority. Those little commie bastards, they want to silence everybody because they know they're not the majority. They can't take over a nation without silencing anybody. Do some history. Look at Mao's color revolution in the 1948, 49, somewhere around there, 1950, whenever the hell it happened. But guess what they did? They indoctrinated the youth and got them to take out the old. Think about it. They did the same thing in Russia with Lenin. Got the youth to take out the old. We got to replace the old with youth. There's no more time to be concerned about being called a racist or being worried about being banned from this or that. The future of your children depends on you stepping up. Now prove to me that you care about America and care about your children, because they coming for the children. Thank you.